Well, hello, this is Clint, Sackheads Radio, live from the California Republican Convention. How are you, my friend?
Doing good. It's been a fun, long weekend.
It has been. Wrapping down now. We sat in on the convention floor, talked with one of the candidates specifically, and some good information. It has been a long weekend. Like I said, starting to wind down. People are starting to filter out. This will be our last live broadcast until Wednesday night. Join us Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern. See us on iHeartRadio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Sir?
Well, it was a good convention. You know, it closed out. The regular convention stuff. They passed their rules, their itineraries, and all that stuff. And then they did something after they adjourned. They allowed all four candidates to speak
for governor.
For governor, all gubernatorial candidates: Neil Champ, Mayor Blount from Laguna Hills, Neil Kashkari, and Tim Donnelly. All of them got their message out. If you follow our Twitter feed, you can see a bunch of quotes from that, and it went pretty well. I would say clearly and this is the unofficial, Sackhead's official, unofficial call for the most popular candidate that really got the most applause at the convention was Tim Donnelly appeared, and more the Tea Party candidate. And that was one of those things that he really, you could tell just audio sitting there, all four candidates. And Neil Kashkari got a pretty good round of applause too. He definitely, as we discussed before, he's kind of the youth vote guy. Mm-hmm. He's got the young Republicans, the college Republicans in his corner in the state.
Yep.
And we discussed that a little bit after the fact, is maybe where the state should go with that and kind of use Neil Kashkari to kind of hold that vote. But Tim Donnelly overall appeared to be he was the most electric as far as speaking.
He got a standing ovation.
Got a standing ovation, got some great points out, really got his campaign message out. Mm-hmm. The smaller government, fiscal responsibility, individual liberty, pushed and pushed and pushed, and I thought it came through really well.
And you were tweeting those messages out as he was making some of those great points, and just highlighted some one-liners. Hey, I want my state back. Education reform, not Common Core. Democrats are not the enemy. Tyranny is the enemy. So really kind of a uniting message also. Which
tyranny expands, liberty retracts, all
correct.
That. But he did it in a good way. His whole speech was really well formed. He came out strong. He got his messages across. He really spoke to, I thought, just about every demographic that was inside the convention, which he did well.
And even out by talking about the Democrats not being our enemy.
Right, and I was going to say at the end, he did a good job, I think, of reaching across to Democrats saying, hey, you're not the problem. It's overbearing government that's the problem. And we understand that you're our neighbors, and we can get along, we can coexist. We just got to find a way to get rid of tyranny and go from there. So I thought that was really well done on that forefront. You had an amazing opportunity just prior to him speaking, and a Sackheads exclusive.
I did. I had the opportunity to speak with Assemblyman Tim Donnelly, who was running for governor. It was a great conversation. I was able to get him on the record on a specific question, and we'll play the clip live on our show
Wednesday night. We're
night.
going to play a bunch of clips that you'll hear Wednesday night.
So the question was, and you can prepare for his answer. I'm not going to spoil it right now. But the question was essentially, Texas has recently released a television ad in California featuring Governor Rick Perry, essentially aimed at pulling businesses from California to Texas. And I asked him, hey, as governor, how do you address this issue? What do you have to say on this issue? And his answer was thoughtful, and we'll play it for the folks on Wednesday night. But again, very appreciative to his staff. He was very gracious. We met him last night.
Yeah, had a wonderful time.
So it's been an interesting convention. We got a lot of good information out. We got a lot of good information in. Some potential things, not potential, some things we are going to be working for with some of the connections
with some of the groups,
and
and that's great. And too, like we said before, why California is important on the state level right now. We've talked about Agenda 17 on the show, and taking back states in order to better control the federal government and exercising and expanding those state rights. But also, California is such a great, and we talk about this all the time, it's really a good fraction of the country as a whole. Votership, demographically, everything kind of is a pretty good comparison to the country as a whole. So I think some of the things that you might see the state GOP do, it may later be used by the national RNC.
I don't know. National RNC has gone away from, the California party, the Republican Party in California, has been really non-existent. I mean, it's really fallen by the wayside.
But what I'm saying is some of the tactics they're using to bring it back, and you could see it this weekend. That, like I said, the youth vote.
Look at who they had. You know, Pete Sessions was here. Tom McClintock was here. They were bringing out some guns to try and
Condoleezza Rice was here.
To get this.
Reince
party
Priebus was here Friday night.
Yep.
So, but I think some of the campaign tactics, some of that new media, they've really pushed that new media. I was just talking to the head of the Young College Republicans in California, and that was his big thing. Is the last year and a half, the GOP in general has really tried to push social media and getting that message out to that younger crowd and bringing them in and showing them why. Well, why the Republicans aren't a bad choice for young people right now, especially with Obamacare.
And not only that, they're really using media outlets that are on the cutting edge of media technology and where we are today in terms of where media is going, social media interaction, internet media. They had a tremendous group there at the convention who did an outstanding job all week, and it's this new media, this new blood that's out there, out there, like I said, on the cutting edge of the new media experience, and that was Sackheads Radio. So those guys did it.
And Conservalicious.
And Conservalicious did a great job. If you have a chance to follow,
check out Deb's blog. She was a lot of fun to hang out with. Very, very well educated, but she...
Conservalicious.com. Great sense of humor.
Yes. She's a riot. Really
very
good
intelligent
people.
Lady.
Yep, absolutely great. Good friend of the show. And what Sacco's flapping in my ear about something. Are we losing time, Sacco?
No. I was trying to say wethepeople.com.
Oh, another website, wethepeople.com. Sorry, I didn't know. It's hard sometimes when you're standing behind me.
And that's something called pre-production. Now, I know we're live, just kind of filling this in, but you need to give us a heads up before
we're flying by the seat of our pants, brother. Again, I do want to thank Sacco, all joking aside, for his amazing work this weekend, getting everything set up. He was a superstar. He really made us happen this weekend as far as being able to broadcast from here, and I thank him. I want to thank Mark Standriff, from the communications director for the state California State GOP. He allowed us to be here and was really good to us this whole weekend, as the entire convention was.
Absolutely. And I want to thank you, my friend.
I want to thank you very, very much. We'll be back Wednesday. One of the cool things...
I think we're the last ones in the building. If you look around, like, why are the lights turning off?
What? Well, and I just want to know why they moved our table. We're at the convention into the dumpster. I have no idea why that happened. One other thing, too, coming up Wednesday is we're giving people 30-second clips to talk directly to the GOP. And we're going to go through some of those and play some of the ones that we thought were the best and go from there. So,
and by best, we mean ridiculous.
That's it from the floor of the California GOP convention, the Republican convention here in 2014 in the spring.
The lights are off.
This is Sackhead Sean for Sackhead Clint, Sackhead Sacco.
Sackhead, what?
I got him. I took care of it. You lead in, I lead out.
I can't see you.
We do this all the... I'm over here. Look at the light.
I can't... There is...
We'll talk to you all Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. Pacific on the Sackheads Radio Show.